Why so serious?
What up, gamers? Jokes to 81, back again with Madden NFL 24. Back for some more punishment. Unfortunately, I am 2-5. Not for the lack of trying. I think that I have been fighting pretty good, but I have not been doing very good, unfortunately. So, I'm going to give this a shot, see if I can pull out a win. So I'm just going to go through the weekly things and get this game going. Alright, got myself upgraded, got everything else taken care of. Let's see if I can make this 3-5. Come on.
Today, from NRG Stadium in Houston, Texas, it's Week 9 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the Houston Texans taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
On a wonderful fall afternoon in the state of Texas, the roof is open and we've got football from NRG Stadium in Houston. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup. We are all set to go as it'll be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers taking on the Houston Texans. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, we look at this Texan ball club entering play here. They come in losers of 2 straight, so they're trying to right the ship here a little bit.
They're teetering a little bit, aren't they? South if they lose this game, so they understand the importance of playing well and stopping this streak.
And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Alrighty. Return team, come on guys, already?
It didn't take long to see our first penalty of the game, did it?
We always talk about to get into the game in a hurry. The officials did as well.
Needs to be dive down the middle.
A 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll go up the middle with White, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The numbers for White a week ago, 12 carries, 58 yards.
There were some signs of life from their ground game last week, but overall, just a so-so performance. Everyone knows they can make a slight improvement how they contribute to this aspect of the offense. Linemen can set their blocks and hold him a little bit longer, and he can be quicker to the hole and hit a lane. If they do that, they should get some better numbers produced this week. A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off.
24 zone open.
Game.
An early task, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. They keep it on the ground. White again. Wiggles free. Give him 5 yards there, and it's enough for the first. The Bucs now at 2-5 to start play. Yeah, they've lost 3 straight here, and it kind of goes without saying, I guess, but they could certainly use a win.
Yeah, no doubt about that.
Yep.
There's a difference between a losing stretch and a losing streak, and right now, they're not playing their best football, but if they were to fall here, and now you're looking at going 4 games without a win, things can start compounding themselves pretty quickly from this point forward.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Slants.
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. It's caught by Mike Evans.
Nice.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Well, they go with a slant that time, 15 yards and a first down.
And defensively here, it's hard to overlook the fact that this is an offense that's dead last in the NFL in rushing. So this back 7's going to be tested. Heck, might be more of a back 8. No doubt about that. And they surrender the catch here and the first down.
Mayfield's throw on target to Godwin here.
Damn.
And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
People worry about throwing the out route because often it can get jumped, and that can turn into either an incompletion or an interception. But not on that one. Everything came together, and he catches it and goes over the sideline.
Now this throw caught left side.
Nice. Good job.
Out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 22 yards there, a first down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball. And sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on.
And a fast footwork by White. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. Mayfield. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Oh, they were so close. That close to their first points of the game. Just needed to hang on just a second longer.
Reverse stick.
Couldn't complete the process of the catch through the jostling from the defender.
Now a 2nd down throw for Mayfield. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
It hasn't been a real good start to this game from a defensive perspective, but now after the incompletion,
not really. I'm going to go down the middle.
If they can come up with one more play, they might be able to get out of it with just a field goal attempt.
And now 3rd and goal following incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Running here with White. He's going to be marked very close to the first down marker, but it looks like he's a yard short. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal. This is a long drive. Offensively, wouldn't you hate to end this with just 3 points?
Doesn't it feel like during a ball game you have certain narratives going on, and there's certain drives that seem to take on just a bit more.
Gotta take what I can get right now.
This feels like one of those, doesn't it? To me, 3 points here, a major letdown. This is the time to go and put 6 on the board.
Yeah, it was.
So 3 points on the board you're going to get.
Should have got 6.
I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. So here are the Texans now with a fresh face at quarterback, the second overall pick from Ohio State, C.J. Stroud.
Would you say the last week's performance by him
keep him back
in terms of numbers?
One
Zero
touchdown,
blitz.
one pick, but obviously a loss.
Yeah, and that's the
I'm
bottom
actually
line
gonna
for
switch
him.
that.
All he cares about is how do we find a way to
Cover
win the
two
game.
sync.
Maybe leans on a few other parts of the offense, and hopefully springs a receiver or two free.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively at second down. You look at this defense for Tampa Bay. They played well against the pass, currently ranked 7th in the NFL.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league.
There he goes, left
God damn it.
side.
What the fuck, dudes?
Strides, look at him go. Touchdown, Houston.
3 people couldn't take him down.
Schultz, his
Are
third
you
touchdown
kidding me
of the
already?
year. And the Texans are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first quarter lead.
Holy
When
shit.
they threw that up, I don't think they envisioned it ending in a house call, but he got it and took it all the way home.
Really impressive run after the catch, wasn't it? That was really special by him. But let's face it.
Look how 3 people hit him. That guy hit him. No, I didn't show the whole thing.
Sometimes bigger running backs, they just put them in a position to get a great matchup and make plays like that.
Fucking hell.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead.
I need a touchdown.
That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75
I'm gonna go
yards
to
later,
left.
into the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased
Come on,
that they didn't
guys.
punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
White trail.
In this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
On second down, Mayfield again. Leaping, and he makes the grab. And they'll get to him right away at the 40. A busy first quarter. His 3rd catch of the afternoon is a first down.
Double corners.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Airing this one out for Evans.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Complete. An excellent play downfield on the football. Might have had a shot to pick it off even. But it's second down.
We did. Almost.
Man coverage on the outside.
We almost picked it off.
From these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands.
HB slipstream.
They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
Throwing again, Mayfield on 2nd and 10.
Oh,
and he's
fuck
gonna go
off.
Down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground.
For fuck's sake.
Malik Collins coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Come on, man. Smash.
3rd and 19. Mayfield now. Oh, and that is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up. Converted on his man and broke the play up.
Come on, really?
And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just about
I'm very pissed about that.
Motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
People too trap.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now Stroud. Short throw into the hands of Jordan. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
DB fire too.
And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th. Well, so much for that possession.
Yeah, I think he tried to do a little too much there, partner. He tried to keep it himself. End up getting buried in the backfield, and that brings up 4th down.
Yeah, thank God for that shit.
On is the punter, Johnston, now as he sends this one away. Shedding the tackle. The 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out come the Bucs now. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. They start to drive with White.
Come on, dude. Why did I go into the pile of dudes instead of straight up the middle like I was supposed to? Come on. Come on.
Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
HB Sting.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. They stay on the ground with White. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
Oh, bullshit.
Quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
I thought maybe when he caught it, he'd have a good chance of getting
you gotta be kidding
down,
me.
That's a nice job of holding him up and preventing him from getting to the sticks.
4th down, so Jake Camarda is out there.
Have to kick it again.
They call that a punt of 30 yards officially, and the Texans will take over
yards short
with a 1st and 10.
Pass.
So here are the Texans to take over. They lost 2 straight coming in, but good news for them right now. They've got the lead and the football.
He'll be blitz.
1st and 10, it's Stroud. Swings this one out wide.
Oh, my shit.
Finding space at the 40. He gets it across the 50.
Holy hell. Come on. Come on. Come on, come on, come on.
To make tackles in the open field, but that one hurts because he got a little bit extra after the missed tackle.
Receivers are
Cover
coached
2
so
and
well.
Bird.
They have to break at least 1 tackle after the catch. He did that on that play.
Here's Stroud. That one complete. It's Tank Dell. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Coming up at halftime.
I can't let him make another point.
Personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one.
And they're going to make at least a field goal, which is going to put them further ahead. Cover 1 robber. Press.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
Yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
On 1st down, here's Stroud. Now, quick throw there is incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing
3
game.
overload. Overload 3C.
Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Meanwhile, Stroud's throw complete into the hands of Schultz here. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up third down now.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn up field and pick up the first down.
They need to get this to the 24 on third down. And Stroud now to throw.
Come on, are you fucking kidding me? Fuck you.
Taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
Of course not. Because my guys just want to tickle their buttholes or something. I don't know what the hell's going on out there. Zero blitz.
And now they're set up with a first and goal.
Come on, blitz the motherfuckers. You fucks.
Touchdown, Texans. Robert Woods from 10 yards out.
Unfucking believable. I can't believe this. I am literally sitting here in disbelief that I am losing so badly at this game.
Great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Good return.
Here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Here's Devin Tompkins on the return. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. Now the Buccaneer offense gets set to take over. Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp, and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Play fake. Mayfield. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Well, they took their shot. That one was kind of up for grabs that time. And you've got to be careful defensively not to make contact too early. But that was textbook right there.
Shot
to get in
clock.
tight and force the incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Here's Mayfield. Airing this one out for Evans.
Come on, Evans. Oh my God.
A big play there just before halftime. 53 yards.
And there's not a quarterback in the league that will ever complain about having small receivers like a Tyreek Hill or a Cooper Kupp who can find a seam, have good vision, and get open. But when you're throwing downfield like this, you want a big touchdown.
Fuck yes.
Mike Evans, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Buccaneers get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Chase McLaughlin on for the extra
Too much
point.
time left on the clock, to be honest.
He's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's Mike Evans who caps it with a touchdown reception.
All right, I'm going to kick it to right.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Well, a dangerous return.
Holy shit. You kidding me?
Pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
He's going to get another field goal before I can stop him.
Special teams. The spark that often wins games.
And the Texans going to get the football one final time here in this first half.
And with time quickly fading
here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Stroud to the air on 1st and 10. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
That was well defended. They clamped down on every available receiver. Just got to give the win to the defense on that snap.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Stroud to throw it. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, they approach this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one
cover 3.
A touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
He'll get this into the hands of Nico Collins. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, out is the punter, Cameron Johnston, to boot it away. And there's a work.
Are you fucking kidding me? Wow.
That is how you flip field position.
I can't even believe that. That should not have.
Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 50.
AI on this game is built to fuck you. That's how they built this game.
Final play of the half, Mayfield airing this one out for Evans. And this one is incomplete. So we've come upon halftime here in Houston, and it's the home team, the Texans, leading this one. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
Okay, all right, Brandon, thank you very much. Hi again, everyone. Let's get you caught up with what's going on around the NFL as we are officially into the 2nd half of the season. We'll get started over at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in downtown Atlanta. And that's been a back-and-forth game, all tied in the 2nd quarter. From there, let's stay in the Midwest and head down to Kansas City to check on the Chiefs at Arrowhead. And right now, they have the lead over the visiting Dolphins. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check in on the Saints at home at the Caesars Superdome. As you can see, the score there in the 2nd quarter. A couple of touchdown strikes there from Justin Fields. We were witness to a solid first half from this year's number 2 overall pick rookie, C.J. Stroud. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play.
Okay,
that should have had him.
Adjustments likely going to play a big role in this 3rd quarter in what's been a tight contest so far.
Now I gotta kick it back to him. See if I can get that bullshit kick like he did, where it bounces off the 1-yard line.
As we are back underway in the 3rd quarter. To return
Bullshit.
it, Darius Phillips. And bulldozing his way through. And a nice return.
Yeah, that little tiny guy can just push through 12 guys that are 3 times his size. Yep. I believe that. No AI bullshit here.
This offense set to begin the 3rd quarter. And Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that
what in the fuck?
So they truly have a control in this ball game. And down the stretch,
do you guys not know how to fucking blitz? Do you not know how to fucking blitz? I've been doing so many fucking blitzes, and yet not one of them has been successful.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they are leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the 2nd half.
How about we just fall down and let him walk right past us? How about that? We just make a way.
He was thinking on that carry, wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
On second down, here's Pierce.
Signs I've been playing too much fucking Madden.
But not much on that run,
Anger.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They
anger.
the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them.
Don't worry, they'll make the conversion somehow. Oh wow, I'm surprised he didn't like catch it with his leg.
And so many times we look at the opening drive of the third quarter as a tone set.
Shocking.
And many coaches do emphasize it, and that's a strong performance there defensively to force incompletion and, more importantly, force a quick punting situation.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And we shift to spotlighting Mike Evans. Good day for him so far here in the third quarter. He's hit pay dirt once, over 100 yards. But, hey, it's the third quarter. He's thinking, I want more, right?
He wants more.
I doubt it.
It just increases the confidence of his team because every play he makes, that means his quarterback is really feeling good about throwing the football. Probably feels like he can't throw an incomplete pass when he throws it to him right now.
Yeah, he's looked really, really sharp. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the
Is that why he just fucking intercepted it, right? Oh, fuck yourself.
Already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them. And they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
They'll run on first down with Singletary. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense, and on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Texans. Dalton Schultz with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Texans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. Well, time to get another look at this Buccaneer offense. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive, in particular if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Looking downfield for Godwin. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
We've always got to remember that once the ball's in the air, the defender has every right to go after it that a receiver does. And that was a battle for positioning on that play. And in the end, he's able to force the incomplete pass.
Mayfield on play action. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass. And
pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. Malik Collins able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Third and long, you knew that he was going to throw it. He just couldn't find anybody to throw it to.
Yeah, and it shouldn't have been a surprise, but that was perfect execution of their nickel defense. That fifth defensive.
But how about this, a fake? And he will not even make it back to the line of scrimmage. So a definite surprise there. They try to fake punt, but this time it's going to blow up in their face, CD.
Yeah, it certainly has. And look, I understand what they're trying to do. They're trailing right now, probably trying to generate some momentum. But that felt like one of those go-for-broke type of a plays in a situation where I don't know that they needed to do that. They still have opportunities, and in this case, they took a chance.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a two-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
And they'll throw it with Stroud here, 1st and 10. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Woods, the receiver, in motion right. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. If you're going to run against this unit, especially down here, just beware. I mean, they're the top rushing defense in the league.
Yeah, and then they go ahead and they double down with the whole thing because you think, okay, let's throw the ball. Oh, yeah, that's right. They defend the pass pretty well, too. Very difficult task right now.
Stroud on 3rd down now. Oh, first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. A terrific return.
I did that fucking shit again. It says to press L2 and I hit it, but I guess I fucking hit the wrong button again somehow.
Extra because it was 3rd down. You were already in field goal range.
You know what he's going to hear all night, all next week? Situational football. Understand what's going on, because you expressed it perfectly. 3 points were in their hip pocket. They had those. Now, those went by the wayside. You cannot make those kind of mistakes.
It's what you call a rookie mistake. And a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
Once again, it's White. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. His 6th touchdown on the ground, number 7 overall. And the Bucs are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the 3rd.
We're getting set up for what should be a great 4th quarter. This has been a hard-hitting game because both teams have punched and counter-punched equally well. And here's a good finish to this drive. A touchdown run here late in the 3rd quarter.
And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll try and throw for it. And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down, so we'll have to see what that's about. So they'll, of course, decline the pass interference there and wisely take the yardage.
And I think defensively he's saying, I was getting away with that in the first half. Why are you making that call now? But to me, that one was pretty easy to see. I don't understand what he's upset about. I think it was the correct call.
Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. Taken at the goal line. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Houston set to take over. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10. They'll start on the ground with Pierce. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
An opportunity to get a drive started here at the end of the third quarter. What you're trying to do is break the game down a little bit. Don't let your guys see too deep into the game, into the future, and say, oh, we got to get here. No, right here, right in front of them, melt the clock down, get to the fourth quarter, try and keep going.
And try to keep that lead.
Exactly.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's the second down and 6. Stroud. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. From the gun on third down, here's Stroud. That is caught. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
And that certainly appears to be a critical conversion right there, because not only do they keep the drive going, they take valuable time off the clock as well. They have to feel really good about that last completion.
First and 10, it's Pierce. And he's got this down to the 35. 40 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Stroud looking to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Woods. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays. Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
The second down throw now from Stroud. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Throwing now is Stroud. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
Fairbairn able to put this one through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now, because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Now Mayfield and the Bucs come up on 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. He finds his target. It's Evans. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. First down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Mayfield now looking to throw on first down. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
He already came through for them on this drive. No surprise that they were hoping he could do it again.
Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Throwing, Mayfield. Now, quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
But based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Mayfield off the play fake. And here is a leaping catch. He pulled it in. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On the draw, it's White. And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. This is 2nd and 8. Here's a toss right side with White. And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line. Successful toss play to the right there. It's interesting. Teams seem to run the toss a lot more to the right than to the left.
It's usually a little more natural. Right-handed quarterback, typically your power side running the ball is to the right side with your guard and your tackle. In college football, they used to call it student body right because you had everyone on that side, including a fullback leading. In the pros, they don't call it that, but it's still the same result.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Mayfield to throw it. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
On 2nd down, they'll run with White. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
White will score. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Just power football there, down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible. But all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
McLaughlin for the extra point. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. That time, a 9-play drive. And it was Rachaad White who wrapped the drive up with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he returns this to the 22. They were trying to create some space to run. They created the penalty.
And you work on it so much. You work on it so hard. but it's tough to simulate game speed in practice. That often runs you into a penalty.
Now Stroud. He'll get this complete to Collins. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29. Finding Schultz. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Here comes second down at 5. Here's Stroud. That's caught again by Schultz. And he'll get this up past the 45. It's a first down, but the tackle comes in bounds. Well, a timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Two timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. Stroud to throw it. A short one going to be taken in here by Schultz. And the defense here giving him no recourse but to get out of bounds after a gain of just a yard. Here comes second down. Stroud. Catch is made. It's Schultz on the out route. And he's across for the touchdown, and it's likely the game winner here in the closing stages. What an outstanding drive right there to take the lead, and also, Charles, didn't leave their opposition with a whole lot of time on the clock.
Yeah, I like the way that you're viewing this because
I'm fucking pretty much done with this series. I will continue to play it out, but I can clearly see this game is not gonna let me fucking win. Holy fucking unbelievable.
Now the Houston offense is going to stay out there as they'll try for 2. Here's Stroud. And no, it's incomplete. So they can't convert for 2, but they still have the lead as we get toward the end of the 4th. So the inability there to get the 2-point conversion sort of leaves the door at least a little bit more ajar.
And puts the onus now on the kickoff team and the defense to make sure they don't give up a big play that puts them in position to lose.
Especially on this kickoff. Got to be careful. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Baker. That is incomplete. So after all of this, it comes down to one final play.
And just think of what it's going to be, because from this distance, you got to be prepared for everything. Hook and laterals, tip balls, you name it. A lot of laterals after a catch. Just got to be prepared, stay on your feet defensively, and tackle someone.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. Launches deep. A jump ball, and this is caught. It was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles. And that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think Hope was wearing one jersey and Worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case, I think the distance was just a little bit too great for it to happen here.
So for the Texans, a loss would have really hurt, but as it stands, it's an important win as they move to 3-5 on the year. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for the Bucs, the struggles intensify as they drop to 2-6 now on the year.
I'm done.
Get a chance to redeem themselves
for tonight, I guess.
Next week.
Fuck you.
That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.